I'm Kimberly with Beauty by Zone, and today we are going to show you how to create a professional daytime look for the summer months. So it's quick, easy, and you'll feel fresh, ready to hit the heat in the day, no matter what is involved with your day-to-day. It's a quick, easy makeup for you to learn, so let's get started. Thanks. Okay, let's get started. We are going to do a professional daytime summer makeup, and I've got just bare skin on. I do have a face oil on from Liner after the shower. I have a few straggly faux lashes still hanging on. So I wanted to show you what I'm gonna do. So the first thing I'm going to do is actually prime and prep my skin with SPF. So there's a lot of conversation going on about how SPF over 30 doesn't matter. It's just noise. But this has an SPF of 50 in it. And it's, a Bobbi brown primer. I like it because it's lightweight. It has the primer ingredients in it. So my skin, feels hydrated and smooth. It's not too thick. And just over top of a face oil, I feel like I've got enough glow for 90-degree weather in Manhattan. So I love that. Then the next thing I do is I go to an illuminator, and there's millions out there. So this is an Estee Lauder one, and I apply the illuminator where I want to see that lit from within glow naturally. One of my pro tips that I always do is I apply an illuminator right under my eyes, actually, because I do have a lot of darkness under my eye. And then I avoid my forehead because I do have a lot of texture there, which I don't want. So that is what I do for priming and prepping my skin. And now, because it is summertime, I want, lightweight coverage. I am going to go with just a stick foundation that is going to give me coverage just where I need it. So right now I do have a touch of a tan. So I am going to be using a shade called Natural. And it's just a skin foundation stick. And what I'm doing is I'm going over any spots where I've got some hyperpigmentation popping up from, just exposure to the sun. So I find even with that SPF on, my skin still gets that sun, and I find my sunspots or age spots or whatever you want to call it, I find they pop up. So I am just taking foundation stick, and the way this will come if you buy it at retail is a big crayon. So it's super easy to draw on your skin. It does not have an SPF. So it's super important to prime and prep your skin with an SPF, especially, as we're in the hot sun days. So I like to make sure that I've got a little bit extra coverage, on that outer part of my brows. And then I've got some nice coverage under, under my chin where I've got any brown spots. I find my chin is a little red these days. So I'm gonna stop because I find that if I start to hyper watch my skin, I feel like then I'll almost put too much coverage on, because then I'm trying to cover up everything, and I just sort of have to pull back, look in the mirror and think, okay, you know what, it's good. And from back here where everyone's looking, it looks smooth, it looks even, and you can see it's a little bit more golden yellow than the rest of my face. So this is a super important step. Is you can use a powder. If I do like using a powder, I use an illuminating powder, and I'm just gonna apply a soft wash of powder all over my skin. I like using a powder that has an illumination in it, because even though my skin will get a little bit shiny, I rather have that shine and glow versus overly matte. So this has a little bit of an illumination in it in the powder. If you like a matte finish, then just go for a powder that has matte. But really, if you are more mature, your skin's dehydrated, you know, you're over 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, I want you to make sure that you're, I say the powder hair. I want to make sure that you are using an oil to prep and prime your skin, and then I'd rather you go to a matte powder or an illuminating powder, but really underneath all that makeup, I want to see that hydration come from that lit from within glow. So what we want to do now is I want to bring in a little bit of this cinnamon surface tan, and I'm going to use a bronzer called Natural, which is a little bit of cinnamon in it, but because I've got that golden in my foundation, you know, again, it's just a wash of bronzer over my skin. If you find that you are putting on bronzer to help make your face look like it should match your body, and you put a foundation on, guess what? Your foundation is too light. So if you find you keep putting on more and more foundation and you're like, oh, I still feel pale, I don't match my arms, I don't match my neck, it's because your foundation, you haven't switched over to your summer shade. So everybody in their foundation wardrobe should have a summer formula and color, and also a winter color. And in between your summer and winter shade, you can always, always, always add, you know, mix them together. Now, I do love a pop of blush, but I find in the summertime, I get like almost a little more pink because the heat, or I'm schlepping things around. So I like going to a softer coral tone, and that softer coral shade is just a little bit more sultry, I guess, for the summer, but it still gives me that wash of color, but it's just warmer, I guess. So this is a Maui, it's called. It's an illuminating bronzer. It's from the Bobbi Brown collection, but you can see it's just a little bit softer and not so blushy. Then I am going to line my lips. Again, this is sort of my quick 5-minute professional daytime makeup. So I am doing beige lip liner, and I just want a nice nude, warmer tone lip, because remember, you always want your lip and your blush to be in the same color family. So that way your blush, if it's warmer or a coral, I want to make sure that you're going to a warmer lip liner, lip color. So this is a warm nude tone versus a whiter, bluer tone that I would use, say if I was using a bluer tone blush. And then I can just go for a lipstick that I know is warmer, right? And this is a great color, actually. This is called Juicy Date from Bobbi Brown. And it's a warmer nude versus that sort of blue pink. So now you've got that color match in the skin. Now what I'm gonna do is I have been testing different products, and I'm gonna just use a little bit of this Touche Eclat product. It is a Touche Eclat concealer, and this is their number 3 shade, which I like because, again, it is you know, got a little bit of a pink in it, and it's super lightweight, and it's not gonna crease, and it has a bit of an illuminator in it. So it's a great product I can take on the go and touch up. And I'm just gonna tap and press. Tap and press, so it's just tinting the under eye to be a little bit brighter, but it's still super nude. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna define my brows, and I'm gonna use just a brow powder. So this is a brow powder that I'm gonna use, and I am going to just define my brows where I need it the most first. So for most of you, it will be in the tail of the brow and the head of the brow, the arch of the brow. So the arch here, and then the tail is where you're probably gonna need the most color. So put color there first for your brow, then go to the head of the brow. I find if people start at the head of the brow, then their brows just look too heavy to begin with. So again, I'm just using a soft angled brush, applying a brow powder. You know, a lot of women like using a brow pencil in the summer, and there's loads of them. Bobbi Brown has a great one. Anastasia has an awesome brow product. You can get both those brands at Sephora. And then I'm just brushing this brow color through my brows with the brush. And a little tip is if you can pick up any type of like empty mascara wand. Oh my goodness, I don't have one here, but a spoolie. You know the mascara wands, the blank ones, the tester ones, just brush that through and it'll help blend the brow color and your brow hair together. So now I am going to go for a cream shadow and just a nice, pretty, warm tone. This is called Taupe Longwear Cream Shadow Stick. It's from Bobbi Brown Cosmetics. And I just love putting this on my lower lid. Super soft, it blends right in, it adds a touch of warmth. Little pro tip, I take my cream shadow stick and apply it underneath my lashes as well. And I find it just gives that really pretty, soft, hazy look. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna grab a soft shimmer shadow and something really pretty and soft and just tap it at the center of my lid. And then I'm gonna see just a little bit of more brightness. It's gonna pull my eye forward. And this technique is great if you have a hooded eye, you have a big eye, small eye. By just tapping a soft shimmer, the center of your lower lid, and then blend it across your whole lower lid, you're gonna see your whole eye just looks brighter, prettier. Do not put that bright shimmery color on your crease. Again, that shimmery tone is just meant to sit into your, on your lower lid, not into the crease. Now I'm just gonna take a little bit of a gel eyeliner. Bobbi Brown makes an awesome one. There's another brand called NYX that you can pick up at Ulta's that makes a great gel liner. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just rimming my waterline, and you can see it just helps to make my lash line look thicker. So if you do wear false lashes or lash extensions, you can still rim your waterline because you can't do mascara, right? When you've got false lashes or lash extensions on. So I just wanna show you this technique. And if you're not a huge eyeliner person, you find eyeliner stresses you out, you don't have time, then you know what? You don't need to do liner on the top of your eyelid. Just go up underneath to the root of the lash, sort of on that water line, and you're going to get that nice, dense lash line. I'm gonna leave my bottom lash line brighter, and then to finish off, I'm just gonna take a little bit of the Bobbi Brown concealer and I'm gonna just tap it in to be a little bit brighter. So I love that bright under eye. I've neutralized it. I've been testing some products, but I do want a little bit brighter. So I'm just taking that concealer and I have a natural concealer on, which is like a 4 in the color grade. And I'm actually taking a number 2 concealer, so quite a bit lighter, and just tapping it under my eyes. Because I have a deeper set eye, I want that under eye to be a little bit brighter for me. And then if you have any little remaining spots, just go back with your big foundation stick, or you can use a stick touch-up and cover up a spot, and then you're ready to go. So this is a version of what I would do for a professional day makeup in our hot summer months. I hope you found this helpful. Thank you so much for watching, tuning in, and would love to hear any comments, feedbacks, ideas for future videos. Thank you for watching and subscribing. Okay, bye, have a great day.